right, we're back again with another episode of Light Skin. Got some of the team with us here today from Neighborhood Youth Services. Introduce yourself.
Vonsky.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Audrey.
I'm Savannah.
Zay-Bear.
I'm Jack. You know, for real.
Pez. And yeah, we just hanging out, want to talk, and yeah, shoot the shit a little bit. So, work. It works. We got a wild job. We talk about it in past episodes, working with kids and stuff. Let's start with Savannah. You the newest.
You're welcome.
You an intern too. You don't even get paid. You just here off the
I'm just
stretch.
here.
Like you just
Vibes.
here for no reason. So tell us where you at with it now. How you like it? How you enjoying it?
I'm really liking it. Like, anyone who asks me, like, how are you liking your internship? I always, like, I love it. I love the kids. I love the people I work with. It's a vibe. So, it's a lot of fun. It's definitely taking some getting used to. A lot of kids' names to remember.
Yeah, and they hard too.
So hard.
Ghetto.
And they're all
Audrey.
the same name, one letter
With
different.
one letter.
Mhm.
They got a J or a Q, and I'm like, oh my god.
Yep,
And there's
that's
16
it.
trays.
That's it. 16 trays.
Like-
It's crazy for real. What did you expect versus the reality of what we do?
I was pretty nervous coming in here because, like, I didn't really get a say of where I got to be placed by my field liaison. And when I first looked up, like, your guys' mission statement on your website, because I kind of wanted to know what I was getting into, I was really excited knowing that I was working with a diverse population. I was a little nervous because, like, I'm just a little white girl, and, like, I don't want the kids to look at me like, who's this white lady telling me what to do? Like, they don't know anything. But, like, so I was nervous, but definitely it's not the case.
Yeah.
Kids here are super, like, welcoming. You guys are super welcoming, and, like, it's just really nice.
Oh, good. You feeling settled in?
Yeah.
All right, we dig it. We dig it. Let's go over to Vaughn. Vaughn, you grew up here. You know what I mean? You've been here for years. You know what I mean? 6 kids later. Now, go talk to us. You know, what was it like from your childhood to
childhood. I mean,
yeah.
to
Yeah.
to now.
Your journey?
Very different. As kids, we was kids. Like, we wanted to do kid stuff. Now, kids want to be
I
grown.
want to be grown. Yeah.
They want to do grown up stuff, but don't want to take the grown up precautions or you know. But it is still how it was when I went here. The center is the center. It's a place where everybody come here, feel loved, feel welcome, safe.
Yeah.
So I love that about it. But it's still the same.
Yeah.
It's still got a little, you know.
Yeah, a little hood to it.
Yeah,
a
a
little
lot of hood.
sassiness.
These kids is hood.
And it's like you watched a lot of, you grew up with a lot of the parents, some of the parents who kids we serving now.
Most of the parents.
Yeah, most of them. Do you see a lot of the parents in the kids?
Yes.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
We ain't gonna get with individuals, cause
Like, I knew you your mama child.
yeah, you what's the name, son?
Yeah.
I knew it because he was just like that. No, that makes sense. Did you ever think you work here?
No, I didn't. It wasn't really like, I want to work at the center. But I came down here one day, like just came back, I don't know for what. And I seen the vibe, you know, I seen y'all and I was like, I think I want to work here. And then I applied and I worked here. Well, I work here and it's dope.
You coming up on 1 year.
I actually like to come to work.
Yeah, for real. That's one thing we say a lot. Like, how we are right now is how we is at work for real. Like, we have a lot of fun. Yeah, it gets stressful at times because there's so much going on. No matter how much you plan it out, you can't really plan it out. Like,
And I think the one thing I really love is that I can be myself. I don't gotta act like a certain person or a certain way, you know, because I work at a certain job. So that's I like it.
No, for sure. For sure. Let's move over to Arch. Arch Trinidad and Tomato native. Like, talk to us. How you start? So you was at Family Freedom Center first as an intern.
Yeah.
All right, go through that journey, because
Okay.
the journey.
Okay, so yeah, we was in this little office on West Superior Street. It was hot as hell in there all the time. It was just me, Jacob, and AC, just in there, barely talking to each other. Like, for real. I know me and AC would sit in this office and literally just look at each other. Like, and now we friends. It's just crazy. But yeah, I got placed there from College State Scholastica. That's where I graduated from. I graduated in 2022, but I started my internship. Was it 2022 or like early 2022, like February. That's when I started my internship, and going into it, I knew I wanted to work in nonprofit. I was actually going to change my major to like a nonprofit major, create my own major, but then that program got shut down, and coincidentally Lee was supposed to be my professor.
Lee Stewart?
Yes.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, she was supposed to be my professor, then they just shut down
That's
the program.
crazy.
And like, no, and just no explanation. Yeah, so...
Never
So, yeah, for real. But yeah, small world. When I figured that out, I was like, that's crazy. No, but I ended up, I ended up graduating with Peace and Justice Studies, which is like a very broad major. When I tell people what that is, they're like, so like, what do you do? And honestly, it's a lot to do with social work and just like politics. I learned a lot about global politics, and like I took a lot of social work classes. It's very broad. You can do basically anything with it. And I was originally a social work major, but then got out that program. I just wanted to do something that's more community based.
Yeah.
And the the social work program at St. Scholastica just wasn't really meant for me. They were very particular about certain things, about how you connect with certain people, which is ironic because it's social work.
Yeah.
So going into Peace and Justice Studies, I just got to experience different internships. Like I interned the YWCA, which I met Salon Witherspoon, and then I moved over to the Montessori School of Duluth, where I taught babies ASL because my minor is ASL, and then I moved over. I honestly can't remember the third one, but my final one was the Family Freedom Center. And when I met the kids, I remember meeting the kids for the first time. It was down at what's it called? Reimagined, where we did like the chair, like literally where we did these chairs. Yeah, where we did
Them
these
chairs
chairs.
been in the center for 88 years.
You're like, no, but that's where I met Trell and AC and Khalil, who used to work here. And just meeting those kids and them kind of just like, who is this? But I was just kind of, just on the outside just looking in. But I remember being there and really just feeling like, I don't know, like these are my people kind of thing. And I just kind of felt like just comfortable.
Yeah.
Like the kids are cute and funny and they can be a lot. But just from that one day, I was like, yeah, this is like kind of where I want to go. So continuing on with the internship. And then I wasn't even planning to stay in Duluth. Like I had no plans to stay in Duluth at all until I wanted to move out of my parents' house, and I was like, well, I gotta find a job. And Jacob was offering, so I stayed. It was very new to me since I had no plan to stay here. I kind of had to like find my community, and I definitely found it here. Like after being here for about 2 years, literally it's gonna be 2 years. Working with Family Freedom Center on Valentine's Day. Yeah, so, and then it's just been really super cool. Just watching like just 3 people up in a hot ass office coming here at NYS, being with the kids every single day, and like just learning a lot and connecting with their families and with the kids. I love the relationships that I have with the kids and their families and all the programming that we do. Like watching the center grow. From what I know, it's been around for like 30 years, right? And watching this room be literally nothing. We used to just come in here and just chill. And now it's a salon and a studio. Like we used to just come back here, it would be nothing back here, just chairs and a lamp.
They did your hair here.
Yeah.
Who the throw out?
Like, obviously. But no, I've met my best friend here. I met my family here. I love it here. It's cool. I love being on this journey, and now being here, I know exactly what I want to do with my future, and this is just the beginning. For real.
No, that's what's up. That's what's up, Zay Bay.
Yo.
Little baby Zay.
Hey, everybody.
I remember when we interviewed you. We almost ain't hired you. Only because you was real quiet. You was so quiet. And I remember we was talking, we was like, you know what? We gonna hire him because he got some potential.
Nah, be honest, though. Be
No,
honest.
I'm dead serious.
Be honest.
We wasn't even going. Yeah, but then we was like, yeah.
I was just talking about that too yesterday. I was like, I remember when I did my interview.
He was leaving.
I was
And you-
leaving. And he was
Oh, that's right.
walking
You
in, and he
was,
was
Zay
like,
was coming in.
he was like, hey, and walked in. I was like,
I mean,
like-
Zay was so quiet.
I was like, they
the
finna hire him too. But, you know.
Horny ass.
No.
Yeah, tell us about, you know,
Who
because you was a baller.
Yeah, I was a baller. Not really. Kinda a little bit. Still am. I hoop on the kids here.
Mm-hmm.
I've been hooping since a legit. I have a couple other brothers who got me into a lot of sports. I had a big open field across the street, so that was really, really nice. Like, wake up, go across the street, and just have this big open field to play. Like, that was my playground.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, having basketballs for the driveway and footballs and kickballs and all that stuff like we have here
Mm-hmm.
was my childhood.
Yeah.
So I'm happy to be here and
Mhm.
replicate that for the kids who wouldn't have that living on that like on a busy street.
Mhm. How did you find us?
I graduated college in May,
Mm-hmm.
and I had to look for a job. Being that since I was playing basketball, I didn't really have time to work, so like I did when I could. But BYS kind of held me afloat while I was doing sports.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I graduated, I had to figure something out, right? So I'm looking for different jobs, and I ended up getting referred to Carl Crawford, and I had a meeting with him.
That's great.
I talked to him for a good 30 minutes on like just like life stuff, and ended up getting referred to 2 completely different jobs, like not this one. Okay.
By Carl?
No.
I say we
He
didn't
didn't-
talk to Carl if he.
He
All
didn't
right.
refer me to this job. Okay. So my girlfriend Madison, she plays volleyball. I don't know whether that was relevant. She
Just had to give her a shout out.
just yeah, shout
Oh,
out to
sis,
her. Shout out to her. She played
The
volleyball.
oop was there.
She was a homebound teacher, so she was working here for a little bit with Top.
Mm-hmm.
And so she was acclimated here. She got in contact with Jacob, just like passing by, and then she told him that her boyfriend was looking for a job.
Mm-hmm.
He gave her his card, and then I ended up applying very shortly after, and then applied on Indeed, and then her email came in with the interview,
Mm-hmm.
and then got invited back.
Oh. How what was it like for you, like the expectations versus the reality?
Expectations versus reality. In regards to working or the interview?
Not well. What did you think the job was going to be like, just from talking about it with us, things like that? Maybe things you read versus to like being in the door on the floor.
Expectation was that it was going to be black.
Black as hell.
Reality,
Like,
Black, y'all.
like,
pretty black.
like,
It's diverse. I like it. That's what I was looking for. I came from a predominantly white school in high school, or elementary, middle, high school, and college, being UMD. So like, I've been not, I don't know how to say it, but I've needed diversity in my life, and like, that's a safe space for me. So that's what I was looking for, and I found it here. Super happy with where I am. I like coming to work, like Vonsky said. What else? I came in with a very professional mindset, and as it still is, I understand that we don't have to like force it. Like, we could still be professional, but we can like
Be
just
us
handle
too.
we
Yep.
can be us and handle things the right way still. which I really like.
Yeah. Oh, that's what's up. Jack, you started off as an intern here.
I
right?
did.
All right.
Yep. I started as an intern with AC, and I ended up meeting AC through my other internship because I needed 2 to graduate. So we were out at this organic farm in like Rice Lake,
Ooh.
learning from this lady who's like a master organic farmer. And then I told them I need another internship. I need a sociology internship, and
Mhm.
I've heard kind of about what you guys do over here, and I was wondering if I could get in on that. And he didn't have anything prepared for me to come in and like be an intern at the farm, but he was willing to just work with me. So I ended up just kind of coming over to the farm every day with him, where we would learn from this lady at her place, and then come over to the Freedom Farm and
Mhm.
do stuff over there. And then as my time kind of ran out there and the farm season was closing, I was talking to you about potentially like working here
Mhm.
after my internship was up, and we were able to kind of carve out a spot for me as the elders coordinator,
Mhm.
which then once I got in there part time, I was able to keep kind of taking on more and more things to flesh out like a full time position.
Mhm. What is it like working with the elders? Don't
It's
get too
different.
wild, but
It's unlike anything I've ever done, but it's a lot easier when you don't think of it as like something
Yes.
other than just kind of helping people out the same way that we help anybody else out.
Mhm.
I thought I was going to need to be more involved. Like hearing that I was going to be in charge of an elders program made me think I was going to need to be like the caretaker role,
Mhm.
and that's really not what it is at all. Like
Mhm.
they're obviously like they're well experienced through life and stuff, and so they don't need help with simple things. They need help with things that are kind of out of their control.
Mhm.
Rides here and there really is the biggest thing, and then every once in a while need some help with like simple stuff like groceries and maybe like doctor's appointments and stuff. But
Mhm.
it's been cool. It's been a lot better than I was expecting,
Mhm.
and I kind of like got more and more comfortable in that role as it's gone on.
Yeah. No, that's good. Jack got a shirt that say Black King, and he wear it all the time. That's what we call him.
Today,
Yeah.
every day.
Black Jack. That's what we call him. So don't disrespect him when y'all see him, because he throw hands too.
Like,
And
If we
too.
coming
Yeah,
behind,
I said, if he throw, we follow up.
Right.
Me. So,
We don't
we
do one.
for posturous. Trail, you've been here the longest out of us. I mean, honestly, any staff other than Aaron. What was your, you know what I mean, your come up? Because you was here as a kid too.
we grew up together.
Yeah,
Like,
Like,
I mean, in all honesty, Aaron threw up the back signal and,
I mean,
you know, swooped down.
Contrail, okay.
Swooped down. My journey was kind of weird because my mom lived in the cities and my dad always lived here,
Mhm.
so I always went back and forth. And I guess around like 2015, 2016, I moved up here and started working just, Taco Bell type jobs. I was doing seminars and stuff.
Yeah.
And then that's when I moved here, that's when I got in here because, like I said, we used to go here and had a pretty good relationship with the last director, Princess.
Princess, yeah.
Yeah, so they hired me through Yes Duluth, so I was one of the first Yes Duluth workers. AC was too.
Mhm.
I completely forgot about that.
I was too back then.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I was like, I was not the first. I was the youngest
Mhm.
that they
You
hired.
still hold the record.
Mhm.
Like,
Long time. But after that, they wanted to hire me on full time because I was 20, but you had to be 21, and it was more than like make that.
oh, you had to be 21 to work here?
Yeah, because
Okay,
of
okay.
Woodland Hills.
Mhm.
They
Oh,
was
that
willing
makes
to
sense.
work with me through that year. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? They said they was gonna give me more Yes Duluth hours, and then when I turned 21, they was gonna hire
Right,
me.
well, yeah.
But me just being young and dumb and just thirsty to get back to the cities and
Mhm.
feeling like something changed.
Yeah, wanted to be a kid boy.
Yeah, I
You know what I mean?
mean,
Like, just
like,
wild.
went back down there, wasted some more time. Then I came back and I already had to go report Princess. So
Brown.
Hey. But,
Whitney.
after that, oh yeah, then we had the interview with you, and I was like, he'd be a nice director, especially coming off the back of Princess.
Mm-hmm.
Princess was real professional, and everything was kind of like by the book, and you were the exact opposite.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Wow.
I mean, not that we did anything outside of the parameters of what we're
Mhm.
doing, but like they said, there's just more room for us to be ourselves
Mhm.
in our job, and that was a good transition till Woodland Hills went down.
Then it started getting crazy.
It started getting hectic. COVID hit. Like,
Mhm.
it was weird. The space in that time was
Yeah.
weird. But I really think that's where we found our identity, where we at right
Yeah,
now.
no, I agree with that.
Yeah, me too.
Mm-hmm.
We were just really, I feel like you guys away, a couple team members away from being where we at now,
Mhm.
being the best we can be. Cause this is the best I've ever seen the center. I mean, we had some great groups, and shout out to y'all. Like, I ain't gonna slight to y'all at all. But
Yeah.
these some super, real good people here.
Mhm.
We a super team.
Yeah, nah, we got a squad.
OKC with KD.
Like,
You know what I mean?
That's wild. And yeah, then I came here in 2020 or 2019, about to be 2020. And yeah, y'all interviewed me so none of y'all was on the staff, you know, so it was like a whole nother team, and it was only 5 of us, 5 of y'all, you know, maybe 4, and then Leslie, and she was the CEO at the time, or the
Yeah, it was for it was
assistant,
for,
whatever it was.
It was for Leslie and then Princess. She just wanted to be there.
No, Princess wasn't there.
She wasn't there.
Remember, I never met Princess in person. She FaceTimed me and did an interview. Then I met y'all the second time, and then I didn't meet Princess till like a year and a half later when she came back to visit. Yeah, because her job, I think she was just like ready to go. She was like burned
No,
out.
the shit she dealt with, like, was
Yeah,
crazy.
it was different. So yeah, I came interview with y'all, and that was during COVID. And I remember right before I was walking out the front door, Leslie ran up, was like, "Look, we got another interview, but we just gonna cancel it. And we just gonna hire y'all, hire you." And I was like, "All right, that's dope." And it was like a Friday. She's like, "Can you start Monday?" I was like, "Shit, we out." So
Oh yeah, because the first people we had, it was like, yo, if y'all met these people, y'all would have knew like they was not gonna be here like at all.
Mhm.
They wouldn't have had no like type of like dude came in there with mad confidence, a suit, like he
Yeah.
was
like, this ain't a
like
suit
this.
job.
I'm back in this
Yeah.
job.
Yeah.
He walked in there, sat down. I want to say he crossed his legs. They answered everything with confidence, and it's like, I know you're not gonna be here. The second you get this job,
They gonna eat you up.
yeah,
You done.
yeah.
But yeah, so when I came in, we had 12 kids at the time, just because of COVID. And then I remember we like boomed after that. After like a couple weeks, we went from like 12 to like 50. And then I mean, there was days we was having 60 to 80, couple 100 days.
During COVID?
Yeah, it was.
Mask era,
it
that
was-
mask era.
That was the mass era was terrible because the only thing we really dealt with at the time. Don't get me wrong, we had some wild times. Like I mean, my first week here, there was that fight we always talk about in the gym that's about to happen. It was 30 on 30. Me and Aaron in the middle of the gym, literally throwing kids, like throwing them, because we didn't know what else to do. And then No Name walked in here with the the thing,
And with the
and
thing,
we was like, "Yo, you gotta stole the church van on them." It was crazy, but
Man.
yeah, it was
allegedly.
Allegedly. You know what I mean? I'm like,
Right.
shout out to the church.
Right.
Hope y'all got it back. But no, it was such a different time because we only had 4 people at the time, and then I fired one.
You know,
He had to go. He was out of control. Then had to fire another person. They had to fire another person. You know what I mean? So we was just down. It was me, Trevor.
and then I had to go. I
That's
was
right.
Stop and
You
go.
had Stop and Go.
I had
You know what I
to
mean?
go.
Shout out to Rest in Peace, Stop and Go. They right where Willow Hills at.
Right.
Out of
Same
there.
spot.
But So yeah, we was just me, Trell, and Aaron. Then we had Jamar. Then Trell left, and it was me, Aaron, and Jamar. Then we hired. If you watching this,
You got to see
We
it.
gonna bleep the name.
You know, we gonna bleep the name, but
But you got to see it.
yeah, like for real, when you see his hands, like, and that was a crazy time. Like we was booming, had hella kids. I mean, the programming was jumping. It was always stuff going on with a small staff, 4 of us, running 60 to 80 kids, just crazy. Then Woodland Hills closed. We at the park. You remember, in Superior. It's Friday, maybe 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. They called and said, just letting y'all know that Woodland Hills is about to close. After 4 o'clock today, y'all are no longer staff at Woodland Hills. And I'm on the phone. I'm just back there. I'm like, wait a minute, what? So I walk over to Aaron and them. Was you back at the time? Yeah, you was back. And Jamar was still here, and I was like, look, I gotta tell y'all something. Told them what happened. They was like, what? So they said, who taking us over? They said, we said Lifehouse. We ain't really know nothing about Lifehouse at the time. Got in there, it was, well, I don't even want to get into it, but it was wild. It was
Janker
insane.
promoters.
I mean, just out of control. So, yeah, I ended up getting fired. Because, you know, I was discovering stuff that I was calling them out on. They ain't like that. Got rid of my ass. Helped. You know, start throwing the team under the bus. And, you know, I mean, bleep the name, but they know who we talking about. They know exactly who we talking about. But, so then I'm playing the background now. You know what I mean? I'm at Northwood working, but still involved in the center, things like that. And then we coming up on that time where we was like, all right, Lifehouse about to be done because they only had us for a year. We was like, let's really get up out of here because I'm trying to get back. So we all working together like, all right, what we gonna do? Let's get in a good place. City wrote a RFP for us, ended up getting picked up by FFC, and then the programs just kind of grew, staff grew. We went from the 4 or 5 to what we got now, 13, you know, staff. So, shit, that's been 3 years in the making, 4 years in the making. So to see where we was, to like where we at now was crazy. I don't even know how we made it through, for real. Like, I feel like we should have been done up, but I think what kept us around and what keep us around is like seeing the kids, knowing that, like, and not saying there isn't anybody else out there that do what we do, but
it's not.
yeah, it ain't. But at the same time, no, you're right, because we very different. You know what I mean? No disrespect to the other institutes out there, but yeah, y'all do your thing. But,
shout out to the BDC, shout out to
yeah, but it's, we don't, and we said before, like, we ain't got time to wait for the next man. You know what I mean? Especially when you see kids, like, that's on the brink of not graduating or struggling with opioids or homeless, you know, broken homes, things like that. You know, real life issues that no kid should really be dealing with. I think that's what keep us around, you know. And it's hard at days because, you know, we talk about Vaughn, you got kids of your own. And it's like you take on everything with your family plus 80 other kids, you know what I mean? And you working with a youth right now, you know, with a child that's, you know, staying with you and stuff like that. So it's like, I don't know how you do it.
I don't know how I do
But
it
still
either.
at work every day.
Sometimes I wish I could marry myself.
No, for real. You know, we appreciate it. But that's the team we got. You know what I mean? Because we all got that drive in us. Because, trust me, the people who don't got that don't last. They here for a month or two and they gone. You're like, I'm glad you gone. Like, for real. Because if you can't handle this, I'd rather you not be in the
And it'd be for the betterment of them, too.
For real, yep.
A lot of them get out and really get to doing great in life.
For real.
You just need to know that this wasn't
This one, right?
Yep.
your way.
Yep. And even for like, even some of us here, I know, you know, you getting ready to go to barber school, you know, come in the fall, and, you know, Jack got his career coming up, you know, environmental science, stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm kind of like looking at what I can get into down there, trying to do something that pertains to like my major and stuff. Yeah.
But yeah, there's, you know, But I think for us, this is where we at now, you know, and I think this is a good place from where we've grown too. Because and a lot of times, and I talk to you about it a lot, like we don't focus on ourselves enough, you know. And sometimes we get so caught up in what the kids and families dealing with that we neglect, all right, damn, what do I really want to do, you know? So, and I always try to push y'all to like say, all right, y'all here, but what do y'all want to do next? You know, that's not me pushing you out. It just mean like, have y'all thought about what's next? You know, because this ain't a job you ain't ever gonna get rich at. You know, we got a cap. You know, Steven! Steve, hop in! Steve, you gotta grab a chair. Steve is here, y'all. Steve, just say hi to the people. Steve is the director for NYS. He's here for a minute or two.
I came in here to put y'all to work, actually.
Not yet. What is that?
Second Harvest.
Oh, I knew it was
They here.
Yeah. Second Harvest, we get food from them. So
Shout out to Second Harvest.
Shout out
Shout out
to
to
Second
Harvest.
You know what I
Best
mean?
food bank
Not the
in
first
North
one. You know what I mean?
Like-
And damn sure not the third.
Like,
But that's it, Steve. Because we got stuff.
Yeah, I do too.
Thank you.
Nice to meet y'all.
Yeah.
Offer this out.
It's wild. All right, thank you. We back. No. Picking up where we left off.
Like-
Yeah. Yeah.
Who we starting with?
It don't matter. Anybody.
I was gonna say, I think one of the toughest things about working here is seeing some of our kids struggle or knowing what they go through at home and not being able to really help because it's like, you know, that's what they're going through at home.
Mhm.
So we can only do so much down here.
Yeah.
But we know we can do more, but we can't
Yeah, but we
because, you
can't.
know, like, I think that's the toughest part
Mhm.
about working here
Yeah.
because we want all these kids to be great.
Mhm.
And,
Damn, shake.
like,
And no,
Mike.
right? And no, we talk about that too. Is like we got these kids for X amount of hours,
yeah.
and we try to instill lesson after lesson, morals and this, but they go home every day. And for some households, it's okay. For some, it's we starting over every day. Even the kids we kick out, you think, oh man, you know, I hope they learn this lesson. Nah, they just spent all that time at home. So then we got to regroup and think, all right, instead of them getting kicked out, what's the alternative? What can we teach them so they can maintain these lessons and things that we're trying to teach them to learn? So yeah, I get that.
No, okay. So when they come here, that's their getaway from home. So you know they want to do what they want to do. They want to have fun.
Yep.
So we can't really be putting too much on them, like, because all they want to do is have fun. Because this their safe space.
Yeah, it is.
So
it's their time to breathe and relax.
right.
And, no, for sure. For sure.
I want to say maybe like, kind of like pig, how do you say it? Like coming off what Mom was saying, like understanding like what they go through and like why they think the way they do, and like trying to like change that. But like what you said, they always gonna go back home. So like the way that they act, the way they talk, the way they view the world, it always comes from their environment. So it's like we have to try our hardest to change how they view the world and how they should act and how they should talk and how to be successful. But like I want to say that the hardest thing is like trying to put myself in their shoes, trying to really understand like why they think the way they do, like if they're like regarding like addiction or like how they view like education. Like a lot of our teens like have this like I don't care mentality, and when I see myself as their age, like all I knew was my education, just go to school, get a job, be successful. But for them, like at this age, they have, it's like I feel like the internet has a lot to do with that too, especially like during COVID. All we had was like the internet. All we had was TikTok and YouTube and Facebook. That's all we had during like those 2 years of like that weird time of COVID. I feel like it really played a lot into this too, because they see kids their age or even like a couple years older, successful authors making vlogs on their phone. And I feel like us growing up with like YouTube, it's kind of that same way, but it changed so much with TikTok especially. So just trying to understand like I used to be like, yeah, oh yeah, I'll be a singer, I'll be on YouTube, whatever. But like reality, like I wasn't gonna do that. That wasn't what I was meant to do.
Yep.
Like maybe for some people, yeah, they can be an influencer, but I choose to influence it another way. But for them, I feel like since they see it so often, and they see people around them who aren't like the best people still be successful, still making money, still getting what they want, it's like, who cares about school? And it's really hard to like change that when that's all they've known for a while. And a lot of these kids, their parents haven't finished school. Some of them haven't even finished grade school. You know, so how as us, or how are we supposed to change that? I feel like that's like the hardest part. But like at the end of the day, we still gain a lot of respect from these kids, whether they like to admit it or not. Like they love coming here every single day.
Even
and
when
like,
they get kicked out,
even when they get kicked out, right? They try to act
excited.
like they don't care, but like then they realize that we just do what's best for them, and we still love them.
Yeah,
like I feel like the difference is with home, it's like they get punished so often, but like there's no like here's what you should do, and here's how life would be if you do these things. It's just like, you're a troublemaker, that's all you're ever gonna be. But like here, we really try to like install like you don't have to be like this your entire life. You don't have to be the kid that causes the most distractions in class. Like especially with kids who like have mental or like just like struggling in school because like mental things like ADHD or autism or whatever it may be. Like and especially with the Black community, like that kind of stuff like isn't really like seen as like that. It's not really talked about. Like it's more like you're a bad kid, but like sometimes it's like they really have ADHD, and you have to do things for them to actually understand and learn things. You have to like shift the way you teach them and the way
in our culture we push it away.
Exactly.
It's like, bitch, man, grow up. Like be tough and some of that I had to learn to break away from a lot of that too, because as I get older you realize, dang, all right, mentally my head really fucked up right now. Like if somebody was to tell me to chill out, I'd probably punch him in the mouth.
Right.
And the kids probably be so mad. It's like, yo, I'm really trying to tell you something that you ain't really listening to because you think I'm just soft. You know? So that's it's interesting.
It really is.
You did have a bar in there though.
You
had a bar and I wanted to say that. Did you
hear?
hear? But the bar, because what all said, they want to influence that way, but I choose to influence. I said, talk to him. Marco DeMarco. What he saying? That's going crazy. No, we appreciate it.
If I could piggyback off that.
Yeah,
we just piggyback.
Yeah, thank you. That's what I was trying to say earlier.
If I could, I wanted to add to the one of the best things that week. That was kind of dark. Y'all went into a whole nother.
Let's lighten it up a little.
One of the best things about working here is seeing the influence that we make, and seeing like what Pez said. Like once we kick them out, they come back. For the ones who do get the lesson and understand, and seeing the actual change in their behavior the next time, and then seeing how they want to be better moving forward. Like that's just beautiful because they let us know that we actually doing, our job.
It is. We hear, even something as simple as seeing these kids get jobs, or we got Ladybug coming in, got 4.0s the last 2 quarters. I'm like,
but one of the most troubled kids.
I'm telling you, like a savage.
In the classroom, she's amazing.
No games.
And that's but like, okay, kids gonna be kids at the end of the day, but as long as you doing what you're supposed to be doing, by all means. I mean, you're gonna get kicked out, but you'll be back.
Yeah, you'll be back. You'll be back and make sure you bring that report.
Right.
But it's it's a lot of things we can focus on, but that positive stuff is what holds us here. Like the negative, knowing that there are negative things, I think is what get us in the door, and seeing what we can help influence and change. But knowing that these kids have hope, and that there is possibility for them to be better is like, that's that drive. I think that keep us rolling.
And going off that, I want to say too, a positive is I'm a single them out. Todd is a big positive here. Like
Mhm.
I really like what we was talking to them about the other day. They're scared of the future because they think they gonna mess it up,
Yeah.
and they think they don't got nobody that care about them because we always on them.
Mhm.
But I told them, like, if we didn't care about you, we wouldn't be on you
At
the
all.
way we are.
We just let you
We
grow.
We want, you know what I'm saying? Like, we want you to succeed,
Mhm.
and that's what you're doing, and you're trying to push away from it.
Yeah.
And you know, but look how far that they've came. Look how
Mhm.
far
Graduating
they're about
to
to,
come
like
on.
exactly.
Yeah.
And in our reality, they want to act like that they're scared, but deep down, I know that it's like
Oh,
I
ecstatic.
get this. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like, can't nobody tell me nothing.
Mhm.
And that's how you should be.
Yeah.
So I think that's a big positive.
Yeah, oh, for
Yeah,
sure.
like seeing Todd in like the woodshop class and
Mhm.
making
Oh,
that
yeah.
table.
Went crazy. I
was
should have brought
yeah,
the desk.
the daddy.
You should put that nigga on the desk.
make money.
Like, for real.
Like, come on.
We got some talented kids here. We got smart kids here. I mean, Jediah. I think even Jediah, one hands down, one of the smartest kids. And we don't gas kids either, so don't just think they just saying they smart. Nah, if you slow, we gonna tell you. He's smart for real. Like when it come to math, so I watched Jediah do some schoolwork here. I'm thinking, dog, why you don't just do it all the time? I don't care. All right, how can we get you to care then? What does it take? Because if you can do this with barely trying, like if you put your mind to something, what can you really get done? You know, so. But yeah, that's us. This is NY. It's missing a couple people. You know, shout out to AC, Tori. You met Aaron already. Gabe. He in school. He getting paid. Savannah not. Shout out to Naya. I mean, Naya been here since she was 8 weeks. You know, she grown now. Pay. Shout out to Pay.
Right.
You know what I mean? And the whole clan of the Bullforce. You know?
Shout out Paul Goofy ass.
Paul Goofy ass, yo.
Bro,
Goofy ass.
Oh my God.
Inspire me food today. Nobody.
Jamaican ass.
Like,
Like,
you owe me some rent.
Oh, the cheeseburger thing.
for real, if you watching this, Paul, bring us all something.
From
No
no
MC.
Yeah,
Oh,
no.
I'm finna get some food, but you can't get no. What?
Well, thank y'all for joining us for another episode of Light Skin. We out of here.